What was Steve Austin like in ECW?
Steve was fine. He was in and out of there so quick. Really, didn't get to have much of a relationship. I remember the first time at the arena, he comes walking, and I'm sitting there with Mikey, and he goes, "Hey, fellas, what time show start?" And Mikey says, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 9:30, whatever. All right, where's the beer? And he kept walking. But working with him was fine. Yeah, I worked with him. I think once. I think I did one. John did one. I did the other.
Were there initial plans for him if he stuck around? Was he going to win the ECW title?
I don't think so, but he was definitely included in some ideas. I think, but I think they kind of knew he was gonna pass on through.
Right. Pass on through, become the biggest star in pro wrestling,
Yeah,
sell 50 zillion T-shirts.
right.
Man, man, that's stone cold, man. When that music, I'll tell you this, John. So remember the WWF light heavyweight division when it first started in the late '90s? You do? Well,
Yep,
you're the
yep.
only. Well, you're the only one.
No, because that's
So
they had Jerry Lynn and they had Tommy Rogers, but
yep.
they had Tommy Rogers wrestle Bobby Fulton.
Yes, I remember that. So they had me and Crowbar wrestle on Raw one time, and we're up on the ramp. Do you remember the old Raw ramp? It was like a metal
Yeah,
ramp. It wasn't chain link, but it was something like that kind of material. It was metal on the bottom. So for some reason, it was Dude Love and Steve Austin versus the Godwins before me and Crowbar's match. So we're up on the top of the grate, waiting for their match to be over. And when Austin's music hit, Jim, if I was blind, if I was deaf, I, I could have just you just felt what happened when that music hit. My legs were shaking. All you saw was lights because the flash bulbs. It was
right.
unbelievable. Like my legs were shaking on that metal because the metal from the vibration from the people screaming. It was unbelievable how
Yeah.
hot Steve Austin was.
Oh yeah. I believe it. It's amazing.
Any Mick Foley stories?
Oh my god. We had done a weekend. We did Friday night. I don't know if it was Jim Thorpe, but it was somewhere upstate Pennsylvania in that area. Um, and came back to the hotel and we're bullshitting around. And I said, I'll pick you guys up. It was him and Dean Malenko. I said, well, I'll pick you guys up tomorrow. And he goes, Mick goes, I'll get the car. I'll get a rental because we did a show in Delaware. I'm sorry, we were in Maryland for someone else. They used a bunch of the ECW guys. So we were in Maryland Saturday afternoon and then back at the arena Saturday night. So, oh my God, Mick's going to reach into his pocket and get a car. All right. So I roomed with Dean that night. And the next morning, we're breakfast and we go out waiting for him, waiting for Foley to pull up in the car. And here he comes. And he must have gone to like Rent-A-Wreck or Dollar Rental or something. He pulls up in this like Dodge K car station wagon. And Dean and I are like, oh my God, we're traveling with, um, the Cunninghams from Happy Days. So we get in and Mick's driving and his hair. And Dean and I to this day can't figure out what he was doing. He would drive and go like this, put his head down, but not just like this. He would hold it for like 10 seconds and then look up. And Dean would turn around and look at me. Dean was in the front, and he'd turn around, look at me like, "What the hell is going on here?" And we never figured out. We don't just fall asleep or get the hair out of his eyes or what. So we did the afternoon show, and I'm throwing my bag in the car, and here comes Mick, throws his in the car, and he goes, "Hey, you seen Dean?" No, haven't seen Dean. Here, the horn. Here's a horn honking and a car pulling out burning rubber, and it's Dean and Shane in a Stingray taking off in a Corvette taking off. You son of a bitch! So I'm like, oh no. I got to ride all the way back to Philly with Foley falling asleep on me or whatever. And he says, hey, do you mind driving back? Oh, no, absolutely. I'd be happy to.
That's
But
great.
if you want to get really good Mick Foley stories, get Mike. Mikey's got the best Foley stories
Nice.
because they used to drive together all the time.
Right, right, right.
If promoters want to reach me, the best way to do that is on X or Twitter, and it's at Jim Molineaux. It's all one word, all lowercase. Or you can search me on Facebook. I'm on Facebook, and usually have all my information there, where I'm going to be, and how to reach me if you do want to use me. And I'm taking bookings.